Thank you, Corner Man. How do you go after an introduction like that? Um, like my journey was like many college students. I left high school getting fairly good grades, not really trying too hard, A's and B's, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm ready for college. So I transferred to a four-year university, and in my first semester, I'm in calculus, and I was not prepared. I ended up failing. And so I said, okay, let's take some time. And I transferred to a community college. And they basically said, no, you can't go into calculus. You didn't pass it. So I'll go back to trig. I failed trig. And I'm like, well, this is the first time I start thinking, like, am I going to really be able to do electrical engineering? Am I going to be able to pursue this when I can't even get past the basic math? And I know it only gets harder from here. So I took some time off from college, and eventually I moved out to California. And I came to City College. And I remember I was in Math 96. I knew I had to go back. My foundation in algebra wasn't good. And I go get through the class, okay, I get a B. So next semester I'm in trig, and I remember I was trying really hard. I was like, I'm going to get the A this time. There's nothing that's going to stop me. And I just continuously got B's. So the people in the class who got A's, I kept asking, like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing to study? What are you doing preparing for the test? And one thing that kept coming up was, well, I'm a MESA student, and we use the learning culture. BPR, reviewing lecture notes, section summaries, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good and all, but what are you doing for the test? How are you passing the test? How are you getting A's? And my focus wasn't on long-term learning. My focus is on, I just want to pass this class, and I want to get the A. So I remember I eventually came, and I talked to Raphael, and he started giving me a little information, and he started introducing me to the learning culture, and he was basically like, hey, come and see me this next upcoming semester, and let me know what you did in trig. So the next semester I came back, and I told him I got to be in trig, and he's like, okay, so what are we going to do this semester? I was telling him pre-calc, and he's like, yeah, okay, so I have all of the tools I need. So at that time I was like wholeheartedly like, okay, I want to succeed, but am I really doing what I need to? So I remember in pre-calc doing kind of half of what I know I needed to do. I was doing some of my BPR and doing just a few of my reviewing lecture notes, and then I started to see a big increase. I'm like, okay. And just that, like, I ended up getting a B in pre-calc. So I'm like, okay, this next semester I'm in calculus, and I know that I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to use the learning culture. I'm going to make sure my BPR's done. I'm going to make sure my section summary's done. I'm going to all of my office hours. And then that's the first time I get an A. And this is the hardest math class I've ever taken. This is calculus. This is the same class that I failed. And it was just like the lights are turned on. Like, I'm ready, and I know that I have the tools now to be the student that I always could be. So now, no matter what the professor is, no matter what test difficulty is, no matter the class material, I know that I have the tools that I need to be a MESA creator, to continue to learn the material and also excel in any area that I'm put into.